Yeah, I can't see that even by too slow. Welcome, guys, to next week's show. We're going to have a battle between Dorney Park and Road to Fun, then Silicon City and Dollywood, and then finally the winner of two parks will be compared in a very quick battle to see which one the best.
Hey, I know these parks.
Me too. So the first battle is Dorney Park and Road to Fun. I'm the only one on team who's been to Dorney Park, as far as I know of. So I had a Phil and Jacob here about Dorney Park. And so we start Dorney Park and Road to Fun battle. We're going to start with the Battle of the Inverts, which is Talon and Patriots. For me, out of these two coasters, I do prefer Patriot, but Talon is awesome as well. Talon has a much better setting, and it also has a very cool layout. That my Patriot is very from the other inverts, and is not the most forceful inverts, which I kind of like. Nick, have your thoughts?
I'm a big invert fan. I watched the POV of Talon, and Talon looks pretty great. I definitely love Talon's paint job as well.
Yeah, I agree. Talon's paint job is awesome, but I mean, Patriot, you cannot deny how patriotic that is too.
Yes.
And then I think when it comes to now, although I will say though, presentation, I think that will actually have to go to Talon just because of its logo and how it is actually a heel is going above it. It looks absolutely amazing. Fun and so you guys this year.
Ride experience. Which one do you think gives the better ride experience?
So personally, I prefer Patriot just because it's more floaty. Although I will say Talon is also really, really fun. And they're both really smooth, like butter smooth. So. And speaking of Talon, here we go.
Oh.
Yeah, it is.
That is pretty nice.
Yes, it did. I'm like, you can't deny how picturesque that sign is, and having the train go above it in a helix.
So between these two roller coasters, which one do you think you like best?
I mean, I've always said it before, so I'm gonna say Patriot once again. And I mean, Jacob, now going off of the POV for Talon, what do you think, Talon and Patriot?
I really like Talon. I love all the transitions. I love the kind of whippiness it gives you. I felt like Patriot was a little bit more drawn out when I wrote it.
It is, yes. Patriot is drawn out, but it's very floaty. I mean, it would have made for force.
So I would have to go with Talon.
And if you guys are watching, go ahead and comment down your thoughts too to help us decide on the battles. But so far, this one side, so you gotta be the tiebreaker here. And naturally, move to a much more contested one, which is going to be the Battle of the Hypers, Steel Force, and Mamba. So, if you haven't been in either, they have a near exact same layout. There are just minor differences. So, the big difference is basically the helix section. So on Steel Force, you will go down a small bit and back up into the helix. Meanwhile, Mamba, you level off on top of the hill and then go into helix. And then the helix on Steel Force is kind of has the typical up and down oscillation following a ravine, and then it goes into a upward aspect into mid course. Meanwhile, on Mamba, that helix, once you go down the main helix, you are seeing very low to the ground, which is very fun. And then you have a double up S-bend into the mid course, which I much prefer that double up S-bend because it gets some airtime. They could have already bought that after watching a POV of Steel Force and playing it about it.
I agree. They're exactly the same, and thanks to RCDB, which I'm giving them full credit for these stats, they're almost the exact same.
It usually had the same track length, and height is very close to. And I'll go into much more detail on a different video that is comparing the Morgan Hypers and Magnum XL300. So
that is their biggest difference. One only has a height of 200 feet, which would be Steel Force. Yeah. Mamba has 205, but they both have a 205 foot drop.
Yeah, they really had the exact same now. There's very small differences.
75 mile an hour top speeds for both. 3 minute long durations. G-force is the same. The big difference for me, though, other than the height, is the tunnels.
Oh, yeah, tunnels, yes. Steel Force does have tunnels, which is very nice. But,
they're even painted the same.
Yeah, they're like the same paint job. And the obviously training is going to look different. But between these two, I have not been in Steel Force in a couple of years, so I don't know how it ran this past year. But this past year, in 2022, Mamba ran Mia trimless, so that return one was freaking amazing. So I'm going to give that for the last turn in 2022, plus the double up into the mid course. I'm going to go into the Mamba. How about you?
I'm going to have to give it to Mamba as well. Steel Force looks pretty great from the POV. I feel like Mamba's just got a little bit more thrill from start to finish. The presentation of the ride, the kind of decorations they have, and even the logo itself is a little bit better than Steel Force. Granted, Steel Force's logo wasn't meant for Steel Force when they originally planned it, but hey.
Yeah, it looks so. Yeah, only thing that I give edge to for Steel Force is the entry into the helix, and then also the tunnels too. But Mamba, that's how the helix instead of going back up a little bit up the ravine, it stays low to the ground, so you feel all that speed in the force, and it's amazing. And next we move into a battle of the loopers, which are going to be Hydra and Boomerang. Now you may say, why don't you just do Boomerang and Possessed? But here's the thing though, is one is inversion based and has lip tilts, and the other one is launched and has no inversion. So we went with Hydra and Boomerang because they're both inversion based, and they both have lip tilts, so we figured it'd be a little bit better match. And also, they both have a couple bolts, so.
And don't they both have exactly 6 inversions, or am I wrong?
I believe you're right. We can double check that on RCDB. I know 6 definitely for Boomerang, obviously, and I think Hydra is 6.
7.
7. Yeah, I'd had
7.
Close enough. 6, 7. It's definitely better than 6 and 0. So.
Granted, when we say the Boomerang has 6 inversions, we mean the same 3, but twice.
Yes. But I mean, it's still better than finding a boomerang to the impulse. So, but on this one, so boomerang adds a lot of fun. I actually don't find it that bad. I have ridden most boomerangs. I have ridden better. It's middle of the road, but there's no horse breaking on it at least. But Hydra. So Jacob here has once again also not ridden Hydra either, but he has seen a POV. And I will say this on Hydra, it's not very forceful, and it doesn't have the most airtime. So it's kind of like in a bad medium. But the dojo roll route system before the fill is amazing, great hang time. And then the first drop in the back row is also really good. And once again, this is B&M, so it's going to be, really smooth. Jacob, what are your thoughts?
Well, I really like boomerangs. I actually really, really like boomerangs. I don't know what it is about boomerangs. I just don't. To be honest, the thrill for boomerangs to me is the getting pulled up the left tail and dangling with your body just relying on the restraints holding you in.
Yeah.
I think that's my favorite part of the boomerang. That's its highest thrill point. Hydra, I think, is just it's just designed to give you a wild ride from start to finish. Watching the POV, I mean, all the inversions, and of course the heartline roll right out of the station, which is really more of a JoJo roll.
Yeah.
That's probably my favorite part of Hydra. It's definitely one of my favorite parts of Copperhead Strike. Actually, it is my favorite part of Copperhead Strike, but
Off topic here.
I can't help it. I like the JoJo rolls.
Yes, and I mean, Boomerang too. I mean, I just really love how forceful they are, but I do know that they can get a little nauseating sometimes. But Hydra, you just can't go wrong because it's smooth. The JoJo roll is amazing, and you have airtime on that first drop. And I mean, this layout is so unique. It is probably one of the most unique B&M layouts we've seen. Because we know how B&M simply have a similar layout. So, Hydra definitely did differently. And now we move on to a battle of the classic Woodies. Now, Timberwolf isn't the most classic, but I would say 89 is definitely enough to be a near classic. Now, the true classic here would be Thunderhawk because it's built in 1924 by PTC. So you can't really beat that, but I mean, these are both really good old Woodies, in my opinion. Thunderhawk is trimmed on the return rack, it's kind of near the airtime, but it's still a very smooth, well-maintained old wooden coaster that looks amazing and has a very fun layout. And Timberwolf, after this past year, I really grown to like it. And I thought it was running pretty good, and the trims on this year were hardly hitting, in my opinion. Jacob once again had ridden Timberwolf and has seen a POV of Thunderhawk. So, what are your thoughts on Thunderhawk and Timberwolf?
Timberwolf shook the living daylights out of me.
But it wasn't really painful. I mean, literally the roughest part of a Timberwolf this past year was the transition into the first drop.
But to me, I really enjoyed Timberwolf. It's definitely a great Woody. I don't know. My wife would be able to answer this one a little bit better. She enjoyed Timberwolf definitely a lot more than I did. Thunderhawk, definitely a classic Woody. It's so hard to compare. It's so hard to pick between these two. I'm probably gonna have to give it to Thunderhawk.
I'm having a hard time too. Now,
and
Thunderhawk
it's a
was
lap
definitely a lot smoother, but Timberwolf, in my opinion, has some better airtime. But I think I'm gonna go with Jacob, and after let's go with Thunderhawk. That's for the presentation, and that's for the nostalgia of a 1924 PTC.
Lap bar,
Yes. Now, remember the Thunderhawk did used to have Buzz Buzz. So I wish that I had been in Thunderhawk with Buzz Buzz, but here we are.
Oh, that would have been so much fun.
Yes. Now we're going to move into the other coasters. So this would be one that would be a bit harder to compare between the two. So the one we have Night and mentioned, World of Fun, we have Prowler, a DCI Woody. Then we have Spinning Dragon, your Ghost on Spinning Coaster. We have a Wrecky Room that adults cannot ride without a child.
Okay, so let me ask you this, Zach. How was the line for Wild Mouse at Dorney?
So the line for Wild Mouse and Dorney. So the funny thing about I'm Dorney on Saturday, and it was dead for like the first half of the day, and I rode Fast Lane. I rode Wild Mouse in the first part of the day, and it even had maybe a 20-minute wait. But I don't know how long the line got later on and got busy there.
Well, see, that's my problem with the Wild Mouse at Worlds of Fun. Worlds of Fun is
Dragon is faster, yes.
Well, no, the line was terrible.
Yeah.
The park wasn't even that busy during the day, and the line was terrible.
Yeah, for some reason, Ghost and Wild Mouse are always popular by the public, and they don't have the best capacity. So I always use Fastlane, or you get the at opening.
It may or may not have had something to do with operations too, but
yeah, I mean, well, so here's the thing with Spinning Dragons. It had the same layout as the Pandemoniums at Six Flags Parks, as well as the one at Nickelodeon Universe in Mall America. But so Pandemonium is the non-plus model, which means that it has a sort of brake run and can therefore not run as many cars. So you're automatically going to have a lower capacity effect. And plus the fact that they don't have a continuously running station also slows it down. But I mean, it also is a very small station, so World of Fun does what they can. But no matter what, that ride is going to be limited on capacity. But I mean, keeping that out of mind, I would definitely pick Spinning Dragon or Wild Mouse because I mean I'm a sucker for a good soft finish.
Well, yeah, at least
Wild Mouse
was
pretty good.
But too bad it's not a Six Flags spinning mouse coaster because they freaking. So my Spinning Dragons, I didn't feel like it spun as much.
You did not know.
I definitely felt it was more controlled, whereas the ones at Six Flags. You start to move out of the station, they grab that cart and they just go woof, and you just go woof, 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 all the way up the lift hill.
I had not had that yet. I want to though.
Oh my god, it's so much fun. By the end of it, Annika was just like, the spinning needs to stop now.
Actually, Chris wanted to kill me riding Pandemonium at Texas because I got that thing so unbalanced. It was me and Chris on one side of the car and no one on the other. And once we started spinning, it did not stop at all. So, Ghost Hall Spinners can spin very well. It all depends on the park and how it's ran. But I mean, I still do enjoy Spinning Dragon. That's for it's a Ghost Hall Spinning coaster, and also too, it looks amazing where it's at the bounds down below. Over in the orange section, it definitely looks the part for that section of the park.
What do you think about the Cosmic Coaster?
I had not ridden it because I didn't get a child so by that.
Just remember, if you're gonna borrow a child, ask first.
Yes. Yeah. Be less weird and ask first.
Did you see that tweet from? I forget which park. One of the parks tweeted out this morning. If you're gonna borrow a kid to ride the kiddie coaster ask first.
I had not seen that yet because I haven't been on Twitter about this morning. I've been replying to stuff.
Oh, but anyways, back to the other coasters.
Yes.
Woodstock Express. What's your thoughts on that at Dorney?
Dorney Park. So that is the standard Zampella family gravity coaster. That's like Holiday Road, the Grand Expo coaster at Solar City, to Dollywood. It's the same thing. I've ridden it. It's okay. It's fun for kids. So.
Oh yeah, just like the Cosmic Coaster. That's why it's your family coasters there. Now, let's jump outside of the roller coasters for a minute, and let's.
But we can't forget to mention Possessed. Can we?
I mean, we can.
I mean, God mentioned. So we mentioned the kiddie coaster, but not Possessed. So Possessed is a pretty good. I think so. Okay, impulse. I mean, it was no contested, but I mean, it still had good, and the vertical spike was pretty great too.
But it only has one vertical spike, it has one vertical spike. But I mean, it only has one twisty thing. I like the twisty things.
Yeah. Now, hopefully, Dorney Park will get the holding brake fixed like Dolly did. So
that would be nice.
And do excuse the typo down here of the parentheses. I fixed that today, and then the streaming service on it apparently. So, we're having that issue with me fixing things and it not fixing. So.
Okay, so.
Now we can move on to. Overall, I think when it comes to other coasters, Dorney definitely wins for its bigger lineup of stuff.
Oh, agreed. But look, I mean, if this was next year, it'd probably go the other way. But
because we all know the main thing is it's going to be a really good GCI.
Yes, it will be.
Now we move on to the battle of the flat, fuel, and water rides. So this is kind of a catch-all for anything that is on a coaster and not a train ride. So, to be fair, I have not ridden the Rapid Ride Dorney Park because I've seen that one gets you really, really, really soaked. And I don't necessarily want to be really, really, really soaked.
Well, that means that's a really great flat ride / slow ride / water ride.
Now, I have ridden both parks' log flumes, and they kept passing up here via the log flume at Dorney Park. And did you ride Viking Voyager or no?
It was cold, but I did.
Yeah, so it's not the wettest log flume, but I do enjoy how it looks. The setting of it, those boats are amazing. That's look like Viking ships.
I enjoyed the ride. Just going through it, it felt like it was a really enjoyable.
Yeah. Well, for me, now overall, for me, out of both of them, for a total experience, I'm going to have to go with Thunder Creek Mountain over Dorney Park. Just because it's built on a hill. After you get a little wet on it, and that drop, so it's not the best drop, but the drop literally follows the hill to a T, all the way down the bottom. So, I enjoy that. And now, also, both parks do have a SNS Salad, Road to Fun has Detonated, and then Dorney Park, I think it's called Power Tower as well. I'm blanking on it.
Now, between the two parks, with the lineup of flat rides, how do you think the variety is between the two parks?
I would say really similar. Both parks have SNS Tower. Both parks have Enterprises. I also have a mix of flat rides. Road to Fun has Northern Chaser, which is a very good ride. I know that one quite a bit. Dorney Park does have a bonus, though, because it does have a whip that is pretty good. It's definitely, Knobles or Kenny Plug whip, but still a whip nonetheless. And they also have the very fun and hard to ride Demon Drop Cedar Point, which is a huge win in my book.
So, all in all, which one do you think has the better flat rides? Which part?
I'm going to have to give this one to, I'm going to say Dorney Plug, just for the fact that they have a whip and Demon Drop.
Now, which ones have the best water rides?
Best water rides? So I have not ridden Dorney Plug's rapid ride instead because it's a bit too wet for my liking.
And you can include the water park as well in this.
Okay, I haven't been to water park. I have a plug.
But have you seen them? Does it look like the water park has a nice variety? Is it?
I mean, I didn't really look at it too much. So, but when it comes to water rides, I'm going to give the win to Dorney Plug just because their rides get you more wet. Okay, I have been a good Nile and Road of Fun, and you do not get very wet at all on it. It was very, very dry. Maybe you get wet on hotter months, but I rode it in summer. I didn't get that wet either.
So all in all, Dorney would take the
W. Yeah, Dorney takes W for the flat rides and for the water rides too. Now, Ballard's train ride. So, Road of Fun had one train ride, and Dorney Park had a whopping 2 train rides. And one of those train rides is a very nice old school train ride called Zephyr. And that is one of the best train rides I have ridden that is not at a Houston Park. Just because it's old, it has a really nice streamlined look to it. And not to mention, it does tell you about some of the history of Dorney Park, which I really enjoyed. I'm a history buff myself. Now, when it comes to the 2 steam trains, I'm gonna have to give the win to one of Road of Fun, just because it takes you out behind Fowler, so you can see some really cool view of Fowler, and also it also gives you some views to the Media Digger. So I really enjoyed that. But overall, I'm going to give it to Dorney Plug because they have 2, and that is really cool by itself. Jacob, you probably don't have any fun for this, do you?
No, well, we really enjoyed the train ride at
Yeah.
Worlds of Fun. We really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I definitely thought it was a lot better than a lot of train rides I've been on.
Yes.
It could probably even be up there with Dollywood.
Yeah, now, I imagine that you probably did not see any kind of POV a train ride at Dorney Plug.
I have not.
Yeah.
So, but you also said they have 2 trains, and it's hard to compete with 1 train to 2 trains. 2 trains wins.
Exactly. Especially when one train is literally old-fashioned, streamlined look, and it takes you through the puck history too. So yeah, can't be that. It's going to be a fun one though. Battle of the social media accounts, and in this case for me, mainly Twitter. Both these blogs have very good Twitter accounts. They both have some really good tweets. The Dorney Plug is way better on the interaction. They like, they retweet, they comment. I mean, literally yesterday when I said this live stream coming up, I was talking to Dorney Plug through replies, and they're like, "Hey, we win." I'm like, "Yeah, you win for being the first one to reply to this, and for that." But yeah, Dorney had a very good Twitter account. Road to Fun is good too. Just need to engage more. But I thought I put it in for funsies. Nick, you probably don't have many thoughts, do you, on the social media accounts?
Oh no, because on the side of social media that I take care of, they don't. All they do is just post stuff like ads and updates and.
Yeah, Twitter seems to be a more popular site for folks to engage with followers. And I mean, Dorney Plug also followed too on Twitter, so yeah. Now we go to the presentation and theming battle. So, to also Jacob that at Dorney Park, you don't really have theming, but they do have presentation, which is more of a classic amusement park feel, in my opinion. Because part of the older rides. And now they do have a really cool backstory of Hydra, which is based on Hercules, because Hydra was built on a part of land, which I think is really cool. But World of Fun, it is probably outside of our not very fun, probably the best theme to the fair park. Once again, outside not very fun, because you know when you're in a themed land, because it is very evident. Hey, this one is Orient. This one is a different. This one is more USA. This one is International Africa. It's very evident.
So,
and all the ride names are very clearly geared towards that area of the park.
Worlds of Fun is basically, which a park employee super told us, is the park was basically designed to around the world in 80 days.
Yes. I looked at that in video too. And I do really enjoy that. And also too, Dorney Park plays more pop music. Meanwhile, World of Fun, you notice this though, but they play more like orchestral soundtrack. And if you get before opening in the stand in the entry area, that soundtrack is amazing.
So, all in all, which park would you give this to? I would give it to Worlds of Fun.
Same World of Fun. I just love the way World of Fun just feels for the areas and the soundtrack, because I enjoy going to the park and not having pop music blasted. I would love having hear theme soundtracks.
Now, which park has the better food?
Better food.
Better food.
So I have been to World of Fun more, so I'm gonna have to get them at the ads. I've been there more times now than Dorney Park, like 3 times. And Dorney Park, I've always had a pretty good food. And Cotton Muffin Barbecue over by Patriot is, I say, decent, because they actually have some barbecue.
I was disappointed. I was disappointed with Worlds of Fun food.
I mean, it's no Kings Island food, but I still thought it was.
No, that's exactly what I thought it was. It was exactly like Kings Island. The menu was exactly like Kings Island. There was no uniqueness. There was no.
Here's the thing, tell is Coney Barbecue at Kings Island basically became a new model of restaurant for Cedar Fair parks.
I noticed
they
that.
did the same thing at Cedar Point with Becky Barbecue. World of Fun had it with Cotton Blossom. But, I mean, I still thought that it was decent food, though, despite being similar. Pizza, though, at World of Fun is definitely not like Kings Island, obviously. And I thought it was pretty good for pork pizza.
So, all in all, with this battle, who would you take? Worlds of Fun? Who do you think won? Or do you take...
So, I'm trying to stay unbiased here. We did give more wins to World of Fun. So I can go to World of Fun, which is Rossi anyway being biased and been more. But World of Fun definitely there for the atmosphere and for the presentation and some of the rides. But if you want to go ride a better overall collection of coasters, Dorney Park and Flowerbox too. But World of Fun, even though they have some better coasters, Dorney Park has an overall better lineup, in my opinion. Jacob, what do you think about
that? I can't say because I haven't been to Dorney.
You haven't, though, but I mean, based on the lineup,
Dorney.
like what you've seen for both parks.
Dorney.
Yeah. I mean, they have a better coaster lineup, but overall experience for me is World of Fun. And now we move to a park battle that me and
I did not have a good experience at Worlds of Fun.
I did. I mean, I've been there 3 times.
I had a good half-day experience, and then it just woo.
Yeah, funny thing is, so we both went to Halloween on 2 different weekends, and for some reason, when I went, they were sending much smaller crowds through the houses at one time. Jacob had the opposite of that, so I was getting much more scared than Jacob was.
I got zero scares. It looked like just walking through a haunted walkthrough.
Yeah.
With lights
I got
on.
a few jumps. So.
But this is the battle we've been waiting for right here. I'm so ready for this one.
Dollywood and Solar City.
So let's just jump right into it to save some time. Lightning Rod versus Outlaw Run.
This is the one that me and Dick were kind of fighting on before the show began. And I mean, I can go either way on this one. Because I love both rides. But Lightning Rod, though, for me, I love the quad down. I love how rideable it is. And then that launch is an appetizer. And the airtime on Lightning Rod is amazing. But Outlaw Run, though, that setting, the night
drop,
rides, the ending.
That drop.
Yes.
The drop, the ending. Oh. Yes.
It is, but I mean, I'm an airtime junkie, and that quad down, though. The quad down.
That's the only good thing about Lightning Rod other than the launch start.
I mean,
you launch. You're super excited for the launch. You get to the launch, and then you're like, "All right, let's do this. Let's get to that quad down." And then you hit the quad down, and you're like, "All right, let's ride this again."
Yeah. Well, Jacob, let's wait until you ride Lightning Rod at Christmas time at night, when you go from lights to completely pitch black in that belly, and when you come down the quad down, it goes, wow, lights all over the horizon.
Yeah, but let's talk about Outlaw Run when you ride it at night any time of the year.
True.
And it's pitch black all the time.
True.
Let's talk about how it sounds like a runaway freight train.
It does.
Let's talk about how it gives you the true. Granted, yes, Lightning Rod does give you a nice hot rod feeling. Granted, I don't know where a hot rod would. I guess going down a hill.
Yeah.
But anyways, Outlaw Run, you get a great ride experience start to finish. The theming to the ride is out of this world with the station and how it's designed. You get through the station, the people are dressed up wonderfully. You have the train itself that sounds like a runaway, like Outlaw's carriage from back in the day, like where he's swinging his whipping his horse, and that carriage is just flying through the woods. That's exactly what Outlaw Run makes you feel like.
Yes. See, for me on Lightning Rod, I just love that on a hot rod look and a hot rod theming. And then I love that trim sound element after the first launch and the drop. Because, I mean, even though I love inversions, I still really love some airtime. And Lightning Rod just has the airtime for me. And it is way more rideable because the thing is, I can ride Lightning Rod all day and not have a headache. Outlaw Run, after 2 or 3 rides, I'm like, I need to get a drink.
And see, I love this is where you and I are a little bit different. I love the inversions. I love going woof, woof, woof. I love being...
Yeah, I mean, I love inversions too, but I do really love my airtime. But I will say, though, that double hotline ending on Outlaw Run is phenomenal. Because if it's running fast, you're getting full feeling again with the levels. If you're going slow, you're getting amazing hand time. So, no matter what, the way ending.
So, in my opinion, I think this one's definitely a tie. Both of them have great theming. Both of them are designed like their names are entitled. I mean, it's a great ride experience, start to finish. The stations are both very unique. Granted, jokingly, Lightning Rod is the official sponsor of Ace.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Jokingly.
Yeah. I mean, that a few times now. But I mean, this one, I mean, it literally comes down to your personal preference.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
If you look in overall rankings, typically Lightning Rod is a bit higher typically.
But so you also get airtime.
Really open for you guys
You get airtime too on Outlaw Run.
You do. You get airtime on it, but Lightning Rod is non-stop airtime. Well, next on to Coastal Battle that Dick was not a fond of, but I did it anyway. I thought this one.
It's a wood coaster versus a spinning launch coaster.
But
It's
here's
not
the thing,
comparable.
Now, the reason why I did this is because no matter what, it was going to be a very awkward battle.
Agreed.
And I figured, okay, so we always did Lightning Rod and Outlaw Run. Those are one of the top two at the parks. What was the other top two? Thunderhead and Time Traveler. And I figured this is a bit more fair than having Time Traveler and Fighters Express, because those are two completely different target audiences.
And see, the only thing you can actually really compare Time Traveler to is Ride to Happiness over in Europe.
True, but none of us have been that, but we want to so badly now.
I know, but we both know Ride to Happiness is probably better.
Yeah. Anyway, though, going for this, I mean, this is going to be another one we can't. I mean, we're often going to go Time Traveler here, but I mean, we can't forget how much fun Thunderhead is, though.
It's fun. It's great for Woody. It's just not Time Traveler, and
it's not. I mean, obviously not Time Traveler, but I mean, Thunderhead. I mean, for me, Thunderhead is my number 2 at Dollywood, and I fully enjoy a front row ride on Thunderhead.
See, I enjoyed Thunderhead. I just wasn't. I was disappointed with it. I thought it was going to be better than what it was.
See, Thunderhead had actually been going on me recently, because I realized that if you ride it up front and you hold up your lap bar, that way it doesn't come down more, you get some really good pocket airtime on the turns going into them.
And see, I'm all about Time Traveler. I love
that
spinning drop out of the station, the loops, and you got the top hat. You got dang it, Zach! Now I want to go to Silver Dollar City. You suck.
Me too. I mean, I'm gonna go back to the bench. I mean, granted, you didn't go all as fast as you.
No, I didn't. I went to Dollywood.
Me too. I'm a plugs. But I went to Silver City way more because it's better plug.
So all in all, we both know, everybody knows, Time Traveler wins this category
easily. Yeah, but I mean, we had to mention it. I mean, we had to do a battle between both of the top two.
But let's move on to Mystery Mine versus Thunderation.
So this is another one. So I mean, I think we're often good fun racing here. But Mystery Mine, if it wasn't for the on the rough spot on Mystery Mine, I mean, it's not a bad ride because it's a well-being experience and it's a really great overall package.
I love Mystery Mine from start to finish. I mean, everybody says it's a little rough, but I definitely feel like I've been on rougher coasters, so it doesn't really bother me.
I mean,
I definitely
kind of miss.
I definitely love that.
We did part of it because I miss having that second vertical drop.
And see, that's what I was about to say. Is I love that vertical lift hill. Oh.
Yeah, I miss having that second vertical drop into the horseshoe turn.
But Thunderation is one of the best mine trains I've ever been on.
Thunderation is probably my second favorite mine train, but that's a whole nother story. But Thunderation, though, it looks amazing. It actually runs fairly smooth for an older era. And that setting of it going down a hill and back up it, and that helix is amazing. Tunnels. I mean, you can never go wrong with a good old era.
And see, it's a great ride experience, start to finish. Unfortunately, Mystery Mine definitely does give you the better ride experience in this.
I mean,
I
think Thunderation had a better ride experience.
Well, I just meant with all the extras, like you got the giant when you're going up, you got the giant TV screen simulating rock fall.
Yeah, Mystery Mine for the theming though, but that's the 1 or 2 rough spots that kind of
And see, I go for Thunderation for the overall ride experience from start to finish. The beautiful scenery, you feel like you're on a runaway train in the middle of the mountains.
Yeah. Even though Silver City and Dollywood are different flex, once you get outside of Lightning Rod and Outlaw Run, it's actually really kind of hard to compare to Coastline because they are really different.
Well, the parks are designed for definitely different audiences. I feel
Yes.
like Hershey Entertainment, their Dollywood's more for a family base, whereas Silver Dollar City is more of their thrill park.
Yes.
But the big reason why we wanted to do Silver Dollar City versus Dollywood, even though Dollywood's nowhere near Philly or Kansas City, I kind of wanted to do it because this is the first time we've had two brothers play against each other in the Super Bowl.
Yes.
So why not do a battle of the family and, do two sister parks going at each other?
Yeah. I mean, we have Road to Fun Dorney for the NFL stuff, and we have Silver City once again for Kansas City kind of almost, but feel out of the way. And Dollywood, I mean, you might as well have two fuck battles and just go for it, have a whole thing about it.
But all in all, I would probably give this category to Thunderation.
Agreed. And now we go on to Battle of the Loopers. So Tested Tornado and Wildfire.
You're going to hate me on this one, Zach.
What are you going to say?
Wildfire all day long.
See, I'm torn. So, Wildfire, hands down, has the beauty. And first off on it, it's fun. But there is something about Tested Tornado with that first drop diving through the mountain tunnel. And then this being a really good, smooth arrow that was designed by Alan Silky. So I can go either way on this one. I really can. Wildfire for me, though, is the ride experience on a berry. Sometimes it's a bit smoother than others. Other times it has a small bow to it. It all depends. You know, I have never had a rough ride on Tornado. So, but I think for the sake of arguing here, I'll go Tornado. That's a good thing of a hard time. And because, I just can't turn down that classic arrow lip hill.
And see, Wildfire, I know we always make fun of it and call it Wildfire because it's just a very nice, relaxing ride. I love being able to go up the lip hill and looking over the entire Ozarks. I think that's the Ozarks. I'm probably wrong. Sorry if I am. But I love being able to see the giant lake way down there and all the boats on it. And I love being able to look over the entire forest.
I think my favorite part of Wildfire is actually the overlook and getting photos.
Especially at sunset.
Yes.
Yes. Absolutely gorgeous.
Or taking a first-time visitor who has no clue what to expect with the area and go, hey, cover your eyes. Because I did that with my twin. Hey, it's only the apps. Anyway, now here comes a much better coaster battle. Battle of the Fire Coasters. Blazing Fury and Fire in the Hole.
No, this isn't. So, for anybody that has not been there, these are their indoor coasters, dark rides. It's a great ride experience for family of all ages, as long as you meet the height requirement. Great show ride. And of course, at the end, you have a couple drops on your way through the ride. Then at the end, you have a big drop for both coasters. Blazing Fury, when you drop, you have some strobe lights, but Fire in the Hole, when you get to that final drop, you have water, strobe lights. So much fun.
Yes, and so Blazing Fury, in my opinion, it has some better set pieces on it, and it's also a little less joint on the drops. But what makes it fun for me on Fire in the Hole is the more joint drop that has some really good airtime both up front and the back. I go front, back, and keep alternating between those two. And also, with Fire in the Hole, you have the splats down too.
I feel like Blazing Fury's been kind of dialed down a little compared to what Fire in the Hole is. I love the scenes in Fire in the Hole. I love the characters in there.
Get audio.
Yes. What is his name? Ned. Is it really Ned Flanders? No. That's The Simpsons. The guy who's hanging from the ceiling and the bald Norva stole his pants.
I forget, yeah. Dang, blood was on my pants!
I ain't got my pants no more. The dang bald Norva stole them.
Yeah, I love the whole thing with the whole bond of stuff. I mean, you don't have that waiting for it. Like, yeah, we have a fire, we finally put it out. Meanwhile, Final Hole definitely had the better storyline. It had a splash down. See, Blazing Fury, what kind of did it is Dollywood had OMC provide new track for the drops, which made it less jarring, which kind of smoothed out the airtime. But Solar City, you get some bona fide ejector airtime in both the front row and in the back row.
Yes, you do. And in the back, you could get a little wet.
Yeah, I mean, well, no, you get more of it up front.
Oh, yeah, up front. Well, I was thinking C3. I think it's because there's 6 rows. I think it's row 3 that gets the most. It's either 2 or 3. I forget.
So you think row 3 gets the most wet?
Yeah, because row 1 it pushes it out, and when row 3 hits is when it's splashing the water, splashing the water, and it kind of splashes back.
I'll try it out sometime. So that means I guess now we have to do a video of what row on Fire Hole way to do this.
But all in all, we all know this one's going to go to Fire in the Hole.
Yes, easily. And now we move on to a battle of the other coasters. So the one that we have not yet mentioned. And Solar City, the only coaster that we haven't really mentioned yet is going to be Grand Expo Coaster. And Dollywood, let's see here, we had not mentioned Final Fantasy Express. We had not mentioned Crystal Punk Chaser. We had not mentioned Dragonflyer.
Oh, I love Dragonflyer so much.
That's a really good family inverse. Very fun ride.
And so, like I said a little while ago, this is where you can kind of tell that the parks are a little bit different based on their ride styles. A lot of the coasters at Dollywood does have more coasters than Silver Dollar City.
Yes.
But most of the coasters are family based at Dollywood, which is great for families. But when you go there for thrills, you get a lot more thrills through Silver Dollar City's other coasters, like Powder Keg. Oh,
yeah, Powder Keg is literally. If it was not for Wildfire and Outlaw Run, Time Travel and Outlaw Run, I could probably ride Powder Keg half a day.
I think I would if Time Traveler and Thunderation weren't there, I would probably spend most of my day, if not all of my day, around the Powder Keg area.
Yeah. Yeah, Powder Keg is such a good ride, and I always ride that, 2 or 3 times per visit. Or per day, I mean.
Yeah,
and,
I was going to say,
I've been preferring Powder Keg up front, just because you're getting better airtime on that first back, and also getting pushed into the helix area, too.
We have a really bad problem when we go to Silver Dollar City, folks. We can, and this is where Silver Dollar City definitely has its advantage over Dollywood. We could go spend a week in Branson, Missouri for Silver Dollar City and go to Silver Dollar City every day of the week and not have one single problem with that. I can't do that when I go to Dollywood. I cannot spend more than 2 days at Dollywood. I can't even spend more than a day at Dollywood. Sorry. I hate saying that, but...
I can do 2 days at Dollywood, but typically what happens is each day I go, I will do enough around the park, ride my ride once, twice, 3 times, and then spend 2 or 3 hours planning ride and fundraising. But this is really go into the battle of the flat fill and water rides. So both parks have the SNES Screaming Swing, and this one, I don't really know which one's better. They're both really fun.
So, my opinion, I feel. I mean, so the only advantage Silver Dollar City has is two big rides when it comes to their flat and water rides.
Yes.
Mystic River Falls
Yes.
and the mine ride. And when I say mine ride, I don't mean the mine train. They have a flooded mine flat ride. It's a water ride.
Yeah.
You get on a boat, you get guns, and you're helping rescue up wrangle up the prisoners that are trying to escape the mine.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's a nice little boat ride. I feel like Silver Dollar City's flat ride lineup is really, really unique. When it comes to its theming, I feel like Dollywood has a little bit more, especially with that new area. I'm spacing the name of it, of the flat ride where you ride the bear.
Oh yeah, Blackbird Phil. That's fun.
Yes, that's a very. I mean, a lot of people don't realize that may be a brand new ride, but that ride design has been around for Zach, since 1920s.
It's been around a while, and there are many notable rides that type. Like some of those a day in Lincoln, well known. Like it's not really fun, but it's just fun. It is just so darn cute. I'm like, come on. I mean, you literally lying on the back of a bed. And then we have that, and then this next year, you're really going to have the view of Big Bend Mountain behind you, making it better. But, I mean, now when it comes to water rides, I'm definitely going to give this to Solar City, because they have free water rides, not including Fire in the Hole. You got Tomahawk's River Battle, River Blast. That's really fun. That is so much fun to go up in that tower and use the water guns and soak the down below you. Me and Matilda did it for maybe half an hour playing with the water guns. And then the log flumes. They're both good log flumes. But if you want to get cooled down, definitely ride American Plunge. What are your thoughts? Then that's me, I guess. Until Anka gets on, I guess. So, yeah, log flume said, Solar City, more wet. Rapid Ride, Dollywood looks great, but I mean, you just can't pass up the drop on Victory Fall. It's amazing. You get wet on it, and that ride typically soaks you lower half as well. Now, overall, I would give this section to Solar City, because they have similar flat ride Dollywood, but the water rides though are better, and they actually have a dark ride. Hey, you on the air now? What do you say? Jacob had a little internet issue.
It just crashed hard.
Okay, yeah, I thought you were going for Hanukkah, so.
Yeah,
so we did the same thing, so. Yeah, what are your thoughts on this battle? See, yeah, I give it Solar City. What do you think?
Silver Dollar City.
Yes. I mean, better water ride. I mean, you have some flat ride, but better water rides. So, yeah. And Solar City actually had a dark ride.
And I know we're about to try to compare these two, but we both know who the real winner of this one is. But train rides.
Yes. Both parks have two of the best train rides in the United States. People just love Dollywood, and I can see why, because it is a full-size, narrow-gauge steam locomotive that is still coal-fired.
Yes, and you're lucky my wife is not listening to you, Zach, because she would be throwing a big fit right now. Yes, they do have a very nice train, but that is the only thing. She was so disappointed with Dollywood's train ride. So disappointed. All it does is take you into a giant field, do a turnaround, and then come back.
Yeah, I know. That had the best layouts, but I mean, I just really enjoy a nice classic train ride, and behind that kind of locomotive too.
Granted, I understand the train ride is what started Dollywood. Yes. Am I wrong? The train ride was the big thing for Dollywood, what started it all back in the day. But still, it's during Christmas, I can see it being a lot different, and during Halloween events, I could see it being a lot different. But a normal daily train ride, it's definitely going to have to go to Silver Dollar City. Yes. I mean, you have great jokes the entire way. You have
yeah.
You have great views of the entire park. You get to go up into the mountains. You actually are surrounded by trees, not just in an open field. You get to your halfway through it, and you get to this wonderful small town where you get robbed.
Yeah.
You get
robbed.
Silver Dollar City is the only place you can go and get robbed every day, folks.
Yes. And here's the thing is...
And it's okay.
Here's the thing is, the train robbers, they will actually take your money. And the money, it actually goes to the Silver City Foundation. So when you get robbed, your money is going to the cause.
Yes, it's all for charity. It's great. It's wonderful. That's one reason why we love the train ride. Not only that, the actors,
lines, and you get to watch them.
The actors for the train ride at Silver Dollar City are top notch.
Yes.
Their jokes are wonderful. They sometimes can fall off the script, but hey, they go right along with it.
Yeah, I mean, some of the best train rides are the one where you go completely off script and go improv.
And then once you get done with your halftime show, the train gets going again, and you get to see more of the rest of the wonderful park, and it's just a great ride experience from start to finish, which is why I think it is hands down the best train ride in the United States when it comes to amusement park train rides.
I agree. Definitely is. It is so funny. It's long. Like, what, 20-minute train ride it feels like? It's actually long. But now we get into the big one here. Oh, no. I'm skipping one. Cinnamon bread. It will stay up here. Yeah, so Houston Parks are known for their cinnamon bread.
Cinnamon bread.
And you're like, oh yeah, Dollywood. I'm like, yeah, so no. It's better though.
Yes, Silver Dollar City between the two, hands down, is probably better. I know Dollywood is. I'm assuming Dollywood was the. I don't know which park was first, Zach. Silver Dollar City or Dollywood.
I don't know which one is the original, but all I know is recently Dollywood's bread, it had become hit or miss and has overall go downhill.
I don't feel like it's as fresh.
What say?
I don't feel like it's as fresh.
Yeah.
So I know they make it right there, but it's not as fresh.
Exactly. Not my name too. I have never had bad bread at Silver City. You know, we started Dollywood with my bread. It hadn't been good. I'm like, this needs more of that cinnamon filling in it. That goes to buttery and sweet and gooey. And I really love how Silver City puts the glaze on for you. Because I'm like, I'm buying cinnamon bread by $9. I don't want to have to put out my own icing and find this better balance.
So all in all,
Yeah.
I would say this one's definitely going to Silver Dollar
Yes.
City for
And
the
also, too,
cinnamon
Soul City,
bread.
they have more options, too. Like, they have different flavors. They have seasonal ones. The Taco Camel one they have year-round is amazing. One time I had a maple bacon cinnamon bread. That was really good. So, hand down, Soul City. Now we get to another tough one here.
Ooh, because each park is good at this. I mean,
Yes,
both parks are just wonderful.
So, Soul City all around. I mean, it had a themed day, but it is all feel like one giant themed land, and you just step back in time. Lots more craftsmen around the whole park. Dollywood, all the craftsmen is in one area called Craftsman Valley. Solar City is this Craftsman Valley, but a whole entire park basically.
Yeah, I noticed. It's like they have like 2 or 3 valleys of.
Yeah. And also, I mean, now I will say that I give Dollywood huge props on Melbourne Grove. I do enjoy that area better than on Grand Expo area. For some reason, to me, Grand Expo it just seems to be like the laziest themed area of the park. It's also too like the most run down area of Solar City. Don't get me wrong, it's still a great kids area, but it just seems to be a little dated there too. And the Fireman's Landing, that's what the Wilderness area is. It's so bright, colorful. The theming is obvious and it looks nice too.
Well, Dollywood's kids area is practically their new kids area is brand new.
Oh, I know, yeah. Wild Grove, I mean,
I love
no,
Wild
yeah.
Grove.
Wild Grove is amazing too, but yeah. I like Wild Grove more than Grand Expo area.
And see, I feel like with the direction Dollywood's going with their theming, I think that's why I would give them the win in this category just for the fact.
Okay, so I give Dollywood the win for the kids areas.
Yes.
But
the overall park area is definitely
City.
Silver Dollar City. But the
Hands
new
down.
themed, I mean, at night, Wildwood Grove is amazing.
Yes, it is. And that fireworks and drones in summertime is really good.
All right, Zach, I gotta hop off of here. Annika will probably be on here in the next couple minutes, or I may just let you finish out the show since we're almost done, anyways.
I mean, we can bring Annika on and we can get on her thoughts too on stuff.
Okay, well, as soon as she is awake, she will be on. But for now, I gotta sign off. I have a bowling tournament I have to get to, so I will see you guys next.
Break a leg.
Yeah. So I will see you guys next week. Zach has great details of what we possibly have in store for you guys next week.
We will say that after Annika has her thoughts in a little bit. But I mean, I definitely want to get Annika's thoughts on, Timberwolf.
I will. All right. Until next week, I'll be back, you guys.
We'll see you, Jacob. Yeah, so the Breeden Jason definitely goes to Solar City for the most of the plot, but kids areas, Dollywood wins hands down. Because they keep constantly improving those areas, especially Wild Grove. That's amazing. So that does bring us to a battle between Solar City and World of Fun. And that makes it really hard on me because I love both parks dearly. But, I mean, I'm going to have to go with Solar City just because you never have a bad day there. Some of the funniest staff all around. Great food. I mean, Solar City, there's so much good food there. The skillet bowl, the cinnamon bread, you name it, it's all really good. The pizza's really good too. That's an amazing kind of Solar City all the way down. I mean, World of Fun too. That's my favorite theater park, hands down. That's because, I mean, I love how small it is, and I love the atmosphere of the park and the different themed areas that is not overly themed, but it's not themed to go, oh yeah, I'm in this area now, and kind of having a little bit of themed music that not as all pop music. and I really do enjoy a good Morgan Hyper like Mamba. Once Annika is on here, we can have her give her thoughts on these battles we had, or he would definitely not have her thoughts on Dorney, I believe. But we can at least get her thoughts on World of Fun, and also Dollywood and Solar City. But until Annika is on here, I will go ahead and talk about next week's show. So next week, we're going to be having the one, the only athlete from Lakemont Park. She's the one who is running the Twitter page, Instagram, Facebook, doing a great job there. Great talk to. A lot of something at Fox as well. Half an hour about Lakemont Park. And so, we're going to have her on as our first guest of this brought back live stream series. And that will be a absolutely fantastic time. So she's a really good person. She's only responsible for sending me up with a behind the scenes tour of this, which then led to another one of Skyliner. So that will be a great time, and that will be a great episode all about Lakemont Park, and it's talking about Skyliner, and of course, Leap to Depths. That'll be a great show. I mean, I love Lakemont Park so much. I go to literally Depth to Depth, basically. Okay, it's a fun park. There's never crowds there, so you can just marathon those two really old school wooden coasters. One thing I want to do was talk about some photos here, but this is what we're talking to when it comes to that's the view to get over at Wildfire. That's looking out over the Ozarks and looking out the lake, and that's being surrounded by nature, basically. It's this amazing setting, and I really do enjoy seeing those. Seeing getting photos of it every time I go there. And then, of course, here's Hydra doing this really strangely profiled Cobra wall. But it looks though, it's definitely done headbang, so that's really nice. And you kind of get a good view of the Cobra wall too a little bit, and having a straight drop with no alter is really fun. And then, of course, that's a great classic air looper. Really smooth. That's too bad we couldn't have more like this one, but great setting. Once again, very smooth. Fun versions. It's sort of, but it's a really good quality ride though. Of course, though, we cannot forget the views he gets at Time Traveler. That's meaning that little valley area. And the funny thing is, Time Traveler is actually right by the entrance road, but you would have no clue without looking at Google Map. Something like that, but you'd be like, oh yeah, that is really close to the road. Because you can't see Time Traveler from the road, nor can you see the road from Time Traveler. So it's really beautiful how that works out. Then, of course, that brings us to Lightning Rod. So, I do slightly prefer this theming over Outlaw Run. That's because it takes up more of the area. And I mean, who don't like looking at, classic cars like that and hot rods and that kind of stuff? And of course, you can see a little bit of the A swing of it. You can see the A part of it, but not the rest of it. And that's the thing, going up the hill and being hit in much of the park and out of view. That's amazing. And definitely more rideable than Outlaw Run, especially since Lightning Rod has gotten quite a bit of new also track on it, which makes it a lot smoother. Just needs to be well able to launch. If Lightning Rod was more reliable, although I never had it, that'll be probably high up on people's lists. But reliability definitely kills it. And while we're here, I'll talk about Mamba and Steel Force more. Mamba lead car design is amazing because they had a really nice Mamba sticker to it on the front that looks really nice. Steel Force gives me a little bit of vibe of Magnum for the train design almost at the color scheme and kind of that old-fashioned space look to it, I guess. I wish I could have gone back to the Dorney Park this past year to kind of see it, but it's more similar to Mamba. But Mamba this past year was running amazing, even though it was on one train. Most of the year because it was getting digital on it to make it a little better. It had to be on one train for quite a bit while they got that worked on, but the mid-course on it was hardly hitting it at all, so that made for a really good turn run. That's a really fun old coaster that is very, very smooth and very, very rideable. And I said too, the layout between Mamba and Steel Force, it is very, very identical. I'll go more details about the Morgan Hypers and Magnum on a later video that's coming up. Going through how the Morgan Hyper was basically that's an improved version of Magnum. Now the best thing about these Morgan Hypers is actually getting photos of them. That's because the way to look at it at Mamba is really once again on the kind of located on the outskirts of the park. So I guess you can get photos of it from the water park parking lot, but I have not yet found my way over there. Eventually, but I did find you can get some good photos of it up from Telepathy and Steel Force. Once you get up close, it's hard to get photos of because you're right there and you have everybody around you. And it borders the employee parking lot, but obviously we can't go there. So that makes it really hard to photograph from that angle. And then you can get photos of it from also in the parking lot of the hill and find like good rides. One thing that was not mentioned here about Dorney Park that is really strange is several of the coasters, their queue gates, they don't open automatically and automatically like the terminal or push a button. They are literally locked by magnets, so you got to push the gate open and let it close on its own, which is really, really strange. Final thing what else I can say here about the bordering pair today. Now, if I was going to compare the two losers per se and do Dorney and Dollywood, I would still choose Dorney Plug just because I can spend all day walking around the plug to different things. I could, marathon Steel Force, go to Hydra a few times, and then go back to Thunderhawk. And also ride about my too, because the one thing that Demon Drop is a great ride they have there. That is the only Intamin first-gen reptile still in the United States that operating can ride. So you gotta ride that every time. I didn't matter there. And then they have a whip. SNS combo tower. Kind of Falcon Cedar Point. But this one's kind of funny though, because they have 2 towers on it. And then they have a third one that's a dummy tower that doesn't do anything, kind of there with split. And so they have, one that's the base shot, and then one that's the that's not the power drop one, it's downwards. It was fun, but I definitely do like the one that more fun, but it's more powerful, and I ride every time, but for the only point though, Demon Drop. You just cannot beat that old school feeling it has. In Dollywood, I typically do one up on a plug. I ride basically all the ghostes, and then I'll get, maybe 2 rides on Wild Eagle, and then I'll do 2 or 3 on Tornado, but then I would spend most of the day just basically marathoning, running ride, and fun ahead. I kind of stay in one area and just do that stuff. Meanwhile, Solar City, World of Fun, Dorney Park, I'm always on the move, walking around. In Solar City, you go, oh, I'm going to go on this coaster, but on the way there, I get sidetracked and just saying else, because why not? Way easier to spend a full day there or a whole weekend. At this point, I'm about to go ahead and close out this show. Thank you guys for watching, but we didn't really have many viewers today. We will definitely not be doing this sometime again, as it was a bit early for everybody. We probably just find out though. Going that time, this is Zach signing off. That could be earlier, so we have him on as well. But once again, come back next week for our show with Ashley from Lake Mount Plug. That'll be a great show. Thanks for watching.